Paul, first of all, a draw in the end. Has Jason Cowley potentially scored most important goal so far this season?
Time will tell. Time will tell. I'm delighted for him. Absolutely delighted for him. He's found it difficult lately, but he's a player that wears his heart on his sleeves. He just loves to try and graft and help the team, and you see that every Tuesday and Thursday night in training. So I'm really pleased for him. But yeah, it's a good point. Performance-wise, I'm not going to sit here and try and kid people on. There's 4,000 people in the stadium. I'm not going to talk rubbish to him. I didn't think we were great. I've been brutally honest. But when you're not great, especially at this time of the year, if you can't win, just make sure you don't lose. And the character again, this people. But it's easy when you start losing games, and we did for a bit. You start hearing people saying, "Oh, they weren't trying, or they don't work hard enough, or they're deluded," and all the rest of it, and everything that comes with it. We're still here, 4 games to go, so we're still here.
You can't fault the commitment of 1 to 11.
No, honestly, every Tuesday, every Thursday, I'd invite supporters if they want to come and watch training on Tuesday and Thursday, and you'll see what the boys are desperate to do well for the supporters. They're talking about it after the game, about the magnificent support, the numbers. We're desperate to do well for them, sometimes too desperate, and it shows at times. I thought we were a bit anxious, might be the wrong word, but I just thought we were a bit nervy at times, and we're desperate to play forward very quickly. But again, we ain't got a point. By the way, you've got to give them credit. They're a good side at this level. 3 weeks ago they were top of the division, so they're a very good side. They've got a lot of depth, a lot of strength. We're a good manager, so yeah, a good point in the end.
A game with a lot of incident, 4 clear-cut penalty appeals. Should one of them be given at least?
Honestly. Take Campbell's, to be honest, don't think it's a penalty. So if it's not a penalty, book him. Brutally honest. Jaden White's got a 2-handed push in the box. If you don't give a penalty, you can't then give the foul against Matt Preston at the end for a 2-handed push at the edge of the box. I don't understand why we seem to referee different in the box to out the box. It's green grass, it's a football match. So I thought sometimes when you have a big home crowd, you either be as fair as you possibly can. I'm not saying it was unfair, because I'll get into trouble for that. I don't mean that. What I'm trying to say is you either subconsciously go, there's a big crowd here, I better make sure I manage the game as best I can. But I thought he got quite a lot wrong for both teams. I think the corner we score from, the first goal, is not a corner for us, honestly. I think the foul from Babos for their first goal is not a foul. We should do better at it, 100% we should. So first 2 goals are 2 mistakes from the referee, but on our side we're disappointed with the man of the goal.
You had to bring off Diaz. Was that tactical because he picked up the yellow card?
Yeah. I thought that there was a bit of pressure from them, and we'd probably do the same to try and get him sent off. And I'm certain that I was told if one more he'd probably off the pitch, so we had to act. There was no point in me, whether that's being clever and trying to be clever with loss and going down easily and surrounding the referee, and that's football. I'm not complaining about that, so I had to get him off the pitch. So yeah, I don't like taking people off the first half, but Lawson's an experienced player and he totally understands.
And before kick-off, a blow, we know Carl Howkins. What's the situation there?
Yeah, Kyle's struggled. We missed him. We missed Kyle. He's been colossal for us. He's struggling with illness. I know myself, it's been going about, so we tried to give him as late as we possibly could. He missed training Thursday. I was obviously in touch with him yesterday, and then about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning I spoke to him, and he's still struggling, so we just had to obviously make the decision where he was going to be unavailable.
Do you think he'd be alright for Oxford?
I'd like to think so, yeah. I hope so. I hope he's not got any long term. He's got a young kid who's had it as well, and his wife as well, and I believe his wife's pregnant, so we just hope that first and foremost them as a family are safe and well, and his wife's okay with the pregnancy and stuff, but we hope that he'll be back Tuesday.
Just their 2 goals, was that just a bit of a lapse in concentration, both players unmarked?
First one, we're really disappointed. I think Skins just switches off because the ball's so far in the air that he thinks that Theo's probably going to come, and then Theo thinks that the ball just dies in the air, so we're disappointed with that. Second goal, was more disappointed in the timing of it. We went and got back in the game, and a couple of minutes later you go to the end of the lead again. But I've got to say that I don't want to sound negative. There's 4 games to go and we're still in it. I knew it was going to be really tough, and I know I sound negative, and I speak to the chairman at length about it yesterday when I come out and say we're overachieving, and again I get called deluded and madness and all the rest of it, and I'm okay with that. That's football, we're all experts. However, when I came into this job, I wanted to give the supporters something to get behind. That's 2 years in a row now. We've just surpassed the last season's points total, and we're still fighting. We are still fighting, and we're not going away.
Your 100th game in charge as well, some milestone. I bet it feels like it's flown by, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly it does. It's flown. I'm pretty sure I was less grey here, but I've loved it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's had its challenge. It's not had its challenges, but it's a privilege to stand on the side and stand in front of these supporters and represent them. I'm just a small ingredient of the football club. I'm doing our absolute best to bring the best and success to the football club, and yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm appreciative of the opportunity the board's given me, and yeah, we're still here.
And clearly the fans appreciate you. Over 4,000 here today. I know a fair few from Chester as well, but you know, you're in their hearts.
Yeah, again, and I'm not just saying this to try and get brownie points for the players. They genuinely speak about the fantastic support. They're outstanding. They come in their numbers, and I know for a fact we'll go to. I hate asking supporters to come to the games because, and at the same time, I don't want to look or sound expectant. I just expect them to turn up. I said the other day in an interview, it's difficult. We've just hit April where all the bills went up, and the world's difficult. So I understand how difficult it is. We're on to the Easter holidays now, so kids that want to spend money left, right, and centre. I've got 2 of my own. It's carnage, but we just really appreciate the support. We've got 4 games left. We need them every step of the way, and we'll do our best to get over the line for them.
Were you aware that Caddis, with a really late equaliser, kept you in the playoff positions?
Equaliser, was it? No, I wasn't.
One Buxton, so it kept you were out of the playoff positions, and then that equaliser from Caddis gets you straight back in.
Yeah, and it won't be the last. It won't be the last twist in the tail. So I said to the players before the game, and I was adamant on it. We cannot affect anything outside Edgar Street, anything outside our dressing room. Just deliver what we've got in front of us, manage what we've got in front of us, and what will be. The players have put the club in an unbelievable position with 4 games to go, with in a brilliant position, and listen, we won't go down without a fight, and we're still there. But I don't mean down. I mean we won't stop fighting, and we'll continue to do that.
Just final thoughts from me then. Just you got Oxford and Leamington on paper. They're the easier of games. Do you have to get 2 wins there to take the pressure off those Kiddie and Scunthorpe games?
I don't.
Do you look at it like that, or just look
No,
at it game
I
by
don't,
game?
because on paper Farsley away, Russell away was an easy game, and Needham Market home was a so-called easy game. South Shields was really difficult. Brackley was really difficult away, and you go and get results. So it's really difficult. Oxford are obviously safe now, which makes it, believe it or not, more difficult. I've been in teams where you're fighting for relegation, you're a bit anxious, and then I've been in teams where you're just seeing the season out, you're relaxed, the game becomes a little bit more calmer, and you make better decisions. So we've got full respect. Paul Holland at Leamington, when they come here, is an unbelievable manager. He's had longevity in the game. They won't come without a fight. We'll go to Oxford, and it'll be difficult. It's on a 4G pitch, but those 2 are obviously the next 2, but then we've got 2 after that. So both of them won't be anywhere near easier than the last 2. They're all difficult games, especially at this time of the year. So again, look after ourselves.
Well, congratulations on 100th game in charge. It was a deserved point in the end. I think you kicked and headed every ball down there as well.
Yeah, I do. I just
who would be a manager?
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a difficult gig, but just you've just got to try and give it everything. You want to win for your team. You want to try and get behind them. You want to support them in every possible way. And sometimes I forget I'm 3 stone overweight and I can't kick every ball, but I'm still there, and I love the players. I love working with them. I love representing them, and I just want to do the best for them.
I reckon you can still do a job. Thanks very much, Paul.
Cheers.